baby, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen, kings, queens, in-betweens? It is time for another beautiful YouTube video, if you know what I mean. Look, now this one right here, honestly, I don't really know what this one was going to be about until I hit the go live button, until I hit the start recording button, and now here we are. So we're just going to wing it because, I think when you work off the fly, sometimes things that I feel like a lot of people are going through, thinking about, experiencing, a lot of those things will come into people like myself that just, I feel like my purpose is there to be there for other people. I've always felt this drawing, this calling to, be there for other people, to not see people sad or mad or upset with who they are and what they're doing. And I don't know, I've always had a natural knack and ability to make other people smile and to feel a little bit better when they're kind of going through something. So that being said, I'm kind of getting this charge and this thought of a lot of people out there right now, whether you're in social media or something else. I feel like a lot of us try so hard to find the right thing or the thing that works. And what I've found in my journey, and I'm not that different from many other people, I think the one thing that separates me apart beyond just my devilish good looks is the fact that I'm not really afraid to try new things, or I'm not afraid to open up and really be myself without fear of judgment and what people are going to think about me or my opinions, my ideas, because they're not anyone else's. And I think that's the thing that a lot of people get hung up on, is trying to do what they think is the right thing, or not try to ruffle too many feathers, or not try to say that thing that may make somebody feel bad. But you could be the most perfect, ideal person in the world, whatever that may look like, because I have no idea what that is. Comment below if you do, because I definitely don't. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is, if you spend so much time trying to please other people, you'll forget to, and don't flame me for this, you'll forget to please yourself. Nut. And I know that sounds awkward to say, but at the same time, I feel like there's never really the right thing to say. I mean, you can say the wrong things, but I don't know. At the end of the day, you can do all the perceived right things, right? You can show up for yourself. You can put good energy out into the universe. You can talk kindly. You can, do right by other people, do right by yourself. I mean, you could even give everybody in the world $1 million. You could feed the poor. You could take people in Section 8 out of that, give them a big old house and all these things. And there's still going to be one person out there that has something negative to say about you. And when you are creating, one of the best pieces of advice that I could ever give from my own personal experiences, to create things that are true to you. Because I've created videos and I've created content that weren't really true to me. They were just things that I thought were going to blow me up. They were things that I thought were going to be like, oh yeah, now we about to go viral. Like the whole life's about to change. You know what I'm saying? Hit me up on the phone if you got my number type thing, And those videos, they flopped. They did not do well. And then there were other videos where I was just speaking my truth, speaking honestly and openly, and not really trying, just speaking, because I feel like, a lot of people can resonate with that, and whether anybody watches or not is really not of any of my concern. And the thing is, if there is someone out there that watches, even if it's one person and they watch one of your videos and it resonates with them, I feel like that's a win. I feel like that's something that you should really celebrate and be happy about, because when you start doing things to get certain things, that's when the process becomes tainted. And the best form of art you could ever put out is just something that is open, honest, and something you're a little passionate about, like helping somebody out, helping people, letting them know that they are somebody, that you do see them, that they do matter, that no matter what they experience in life, that they are strong enough to overcome. And a lot of times we just don't give ourselves the credit, we just don't give ourselves the credit. We don't give ourselves the time of day. It's like you're always there for other people, but you're never there for yourself. And in those moments, it can be real dark. And no matter how much motivational videos you watch, no matter how many positive things you take in and hear and try to do, it just doesn't seem authentic. It doesn't really seem true to you. Like, you're wondering if everybody else that is perceived to be doing better than you, if they're just built different, if they're just like better, right? And we got to understand that the more we look at things in that manner, the more we separate ourselves from what we want, because life is like an algorithm. You know, life is one giant algorithm. And I touched on this earlier in my live stream, live schedule down below. And I'll tell you, this just came out of me. It was like, life is an algorithm, man. And just like anything, right? X, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it is, what you start looking at, right? The algorithm picks that up, especially those things that you interact with, the things that you like, the things that you comment on, the things that you watch all the way through. And your algorithm will naturally start feeding you more of those things, so you don't have to search for them as much. You don't have to search for them at all, actually. The algorithm is just bang right there. You open your phone, you're like, oh man, I was just talking about this with a friend and I saw this the other day. Bang. That's just how life is. And when you start pumping a lot of negative thoughts into life, when you start pumping in a lot of doubt, a lot of fear, a lot of what could go wrong, and all these other things, worry, doubt, fear, anxiety, stress, all those things that you put into life, like I said, life is a giant algorithm. So you'll notice that a lot of people, and you may be one of them, if you've been stuck in a rut for a while, if you've been feeling negative and down and just like nothing's getting better, life is giving you more of what you say you don't want, but you are putting into and you're getting more of. For that reason, life is a giant algorithm. So if you start creating some changes, and they can be minor changes, because I believe that the minor changes create the major movement in life, and momentum is built with a moment and then a bunch of moments after that, which is why moment is in the word momentum. It takes one moment and then many other to follow to build it up even bigger and quicker and things like that. And before you know it, life starts to get a little bit better for you. Life starts to get a little bit easier in a sense. All of a sudden, you're a little happier now, whereas before waking up, you were dreading the day ahead. Now you start to feel a little bit more positive, a little bit more optimistic, because you're slowly working yourself out of that hole. And the more that you do that, the better life becomes. So don't focus on just such a giant leap to change your whole life, because it's not going to happen. Trust me, it's not going to happen. It's going to be very difficult for you to get to that next level. But what I will say is, in the words of Les Brown, he said it perfectly. He said, yard by yard, it's hard, but inch by inch, it's a cinch. And that comes back to the minor changes or minor moves creating major movement. So focus not so much on trying to do something specific to get something specific. Start building better habits. That is the foundation of every successful person in the world, their habits. Greatness is not just a mindset, but it's also a set of habits. So start small, and as you begin to accomplish little things, and it could be something as simple as waking up a little bit earlier, drinking a little bit more water, which, by the way, if you haven't drank any water, take this as a time to drink some. Let's do it together. Feels good to feel good. And then you can build on that slowly. Maybe become a little bit more physical. Maybe start stretching a little bit. Maybe start meditating, doing breath work. And start small. Start small and count those small wins as, major ones in a sense, because you're slowly starting to break the mold. You're starting to enact new things that are going to better you, that are going to improve you. And it's kind of wild, because it will catch like a wildfire. It's just going to start building on itself. So I don't really know what this video was about. But what I can say is, whatever is going on in your life right now, just know that it won't get any better for you the more that you ridicule yourself. So please just be kind to yourself through this process. Give yourself grace on the road to developing and becoming great, and just start developing some patience. Don't be so overreactive. It is possible because, like anything, you're making the choice. So if you're choosing to look at something as bad, it's always going to be bad. If you're choosing to look at something that this is going to be good, even if it doesn't go as good as you thought, it feels good thinking something's going to come out in your favor than it would if it just kind of blew up on you and you knew or expected it was going to be bad just so you could say, oh, see, I told you so. You know, that's the worst kind of mentality you can have, is the I told you so mentality. So that being said, I hope something in this video, you know, hit you or impacted you, whoever you are watching this. Thank you so much for your time, and tune in for the next one. If you want to get alerted or notified, you already know what to do. I'm not going to tell you what to do. But thank you so much. I appreciate you. Share this with someone you know if you feel aligned to do so. If not, no big deal. It's been a pleasure. My name's Matty Pace, bringing a unique, one-of-a-kind style and grace to this YouTube space. And I appreciate you very much. Thank you so much for your time. One life, one love. I'm out, baby. Mwah. Stay beautiful.